What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. Want to thank my sponsor, Steel Supplements. Link discount code down in the description. Also, talk about it all the time. My Glance LED kept me up to date with that Padres win last night that I desperately needed for my parlay. With no subscription fee, it will let you know everything going on in the world of sports, news, stocks, you name it. Best price in the pinned comment will change the way you start your day, play video games, movies, whatever you're going to do. Stay up to date with what you love at a glance. Now, we got 4 minutes and 33 seconds. 4 minutes and 33 seconds today of the Madden 25 Deep Dive. For every one of you that comes to my channel, it says, oh my God, this guy is so negative. Why can't he just look at the positives? That's nothing you do, bitch. Stop. Shut up. Shut up. This company doesn't care. Anybody that's going to sit here and fall over themselves to make positive content for the sake of making positive content about this trailer is a huge part of the reason we have such problems with these games in EA Sports. Because if you look beyond, if you just want to sit there and look at what's actually on the screen and say, oh my God, look at these changes, you're part of the problem. Look at what they're showing you and start to ask questions. And that's what we're going to do in this video. First of all, we can clearly see some of the NCAA intros have been copy and pasted. There's no doubt about it. The draft is going to be highlighted by Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell was brought up like 4 times in this trailer, and I don't know why. It's odd. Okay, he's the commissioner. He might not be the commissioner going forward, but you get to see him holding your jersey. You get some war room cutaways. You see this prospect board. And the selling point of the prospect board is that it's easier to navigate than before. They literally tell you you can learn about your players and find out who the fastest receiver is right away. I mean, is there really someone that's going to sit there and champion this effort? You mean you figured out how to sort a table with data quickly and you put it into your game? Is this a feature? If this was 10 years ago, is that on the front of the box? Does the front of the box have a sticker that says brand new, all new, redesigned table? Franchise table, easy to navigate. No. We get some post-scene cutaways after the draft. And of course, we get text-based storylines. I am so sick and tired. And anyone that's sitting there and playing NCAA, you know exactly what we're talking about. Because again, everyone that sat there and championed this game, oh, look at how deep this franchise mode is going to be. Oh, look at the storyline. You're looking at a cell phone on your TV. Imagine that. A cell phone image on your TV that you have text responses to, a literal choose your own adventure in the form of a video game with things that really don't even matter. And what did they do? They carried the same concept over to Madden. They're going to bring in the whole text-based storylines. And how stupid is this? How elementary is the logic in this? I'm glad you asked, because I'm here to talk to you about it. Because we see Mike Tomlin, the head coach of the Steelers, having a discussion about a game with the Baltimore Ravens. I just want you to think for a moment about the Steelers and Ravens rivalry, what it generally means for the division, for playoff seeding, the importance. So this is supposed to be Mike Tomlin and an assistant coach. We might need to shift our focus to the Ravens. What did we find through film study? I mean, if you're not shaking your head, then don't talk to me about being a fan of football. Because imagine this conversation. Imagine the Steelers head coach asking about what they found out about the Ravens in film study. And the response is, their halfback will have success against our D-line. Not, well, there's a mobile threat at quarterback. They just signed Derrick Henry. We have to take this into consideration. We need a more physical approach to the gaps. It's that their halfback will have success against our D-line? And what does the coach say to this? You're fired. You clearly aren't adding anything of value or input to this communication. Good to know. Yeah, good to know. Not, this is a rivalry game. We have to win this at all costs. This is one of the toughest games we'll play all year. This is likely a primetime game. We don't want to get embarrassed. No, no, no. Good to know. Good to know. This is what people hate. This is why people don't play this stupid game, because they don't put care and detail into it. Good to know. I digress. We also see this carry on with the commitments to players and coaching. Okay, so we see Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is asking about touches. So a wide receiver, and I understand. Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, a lot of receivers do like to get the ball in the backfield, okay? But a wide receiver is sitting down concerned about how many catches he's going to get. What exactly do you want here? I understand the mindset of give me the ball, okay? But you're going to force the quarterback to make passes his way because he's concerned about catches. Now, listen, if you just want to say, hey, look, we're going to throw the ball to you 5 to 8 times, I'm all for that, right? I'm all for that. Not a problem. But you can't respond with, we're going to promise you 8 catches, 2 rush attempts. Because that's the coach, right? The player doesn't say, I promise you 2 rush attempts. That's the game plan. So that doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't you say something like, you're our top receiver. You're trying to establish yourself as one of the premier receivers in the NFL. We need you to be clutch. We'll be going to you on 3rd down, and we need you to catch the ball. Right? That is what matters. That is depth. Let's be fair. What if the game's a blowout? Are you going to keep the player in? Are you going to just force passes over to him? This is the stuff, again, that ruins immersion because of how poorly programmed it is. Okay, team builder. Team builder gets carried over. Fantastic. Right? The concern is playing team builder offline, which apparently Madden can do, but NCAA can't. I'm sure that's going to make all the NCAA gamers happy. And we still don't know. Is this replacing another team? Are you just taking over the Steelers? And all of a sudden, even though you're a brand new team, the Ravens don't like you, but that doesn't matter because your coaches have no idea what's going on in the league. They added over 1,400 records. So this appears to all be tied to player milestones, team milestones. So I guess that's what, about 30 per team, 40 per team, depending on how many league wins they added. I mean, I guess that's good, right? They're tying this into more celebrations. Okay. But unless there's a build up to it, why does this matter? Right? That's the problem. You could break an NFL record. You could break a team record. But unless there's build up to it, you don't know that it's happening. Unless there's graphics on the screen that say you're 60 yards away from the Bengals rushing record in a single game, you're not going to know. It's not like we as fans, memorize every team's record. There has to be more context than just, oh, you hit this magical milestone, play this cutscene. I mean, it's nice, but if there's no build-up, if there's no theatrics to it, then we don't know what's even happening. And that's what we want, is depth immersion. We have female coaches. We get, again, free agency hub, and it sounds so generic. Justin Simmons signs with the Rams, and he wants to win a Super Bowl. Now, I guess it's realistic to an extent. The Rams did need a safety. They just signed Curl. They re-signed John Johnson. But again, it's so basic. It's so basic. Why not have something that says, hey, Jordan Fuller meant a lot to this team. He's a great player, but I am going to make this defense elite. Talk about youth versus experience. Something more than just, I'm here to win a Super Bowl. Good to know. Good to know. This is the depth you're going to deal with in franchise. This is why most players probably don't make it more than 2 or 3 years. Because I'm here to win a Super Bowl. Good to know. Stupid. I mean, absolutely stupid. It's the programming of a toddler. Then, of course, we get cutscenes on the meeting room, on the practice field, new turnover celebrations, Randy Moss at the Super Bowl. Why doesn't every team have a infamous player that's going to represent them, right? Bengals, maybe they get Ickey Woods, you know? Maybe they get a returning player, you know? Maybe Carson Palmer shows up, right? That would be depth. That would be emergent. But apparently, every team's going to get Randy Moss. And I love Randy Moss. But every team gets Randy Moss. Okay. How well do you think that's going to go in, you know, areas like Green Bay, right? Green Bay going to want to see Randy Moss bring out the Super Bowl trophy? Probably not. But again, I'm here to win a Super Bowl. Good to know. Finally, we get a new broadcast team. It's been like 10 years. We hear a new touchdown call. I mean, I guess it sounds okay. It seems a little out of place. And then the big selling point, 1,000 new sound effects have been added. Good to know. Crowd noise from NFL Films. Here to win a Super Bowl. We hear the Jets chant. Good to know. I mean, all of this stuff should have been in the game. In matter of fact, a lot of it's already been in the game. I don't really understand how anyone can look at this beyond face value, beyond just acting like a Muppet, because EA released something, and instead actually looking at what they show you and say, this is disrespectful to us as fans. This is disrespectful to us as customers. We know our teams. We know the league. We have high expectations for immersion and franchise mode that go way beyond good to know. I'm here to win a Super Bowl. I guess this is acceptable at EA Sports, but the reason that this game has been an absolute failure is because they were proud to put this out today. And they think most of you are stupid enough to seal clap and smile at it. I'm not. And because of that, I know there's no way that I will not be back in the week with more commentary.